with Tanya, 7 cards for 7 days. We are starting with Monday, October 17, and going to Sunday, the 23rd. And I will be using the Crow deck this time. And as always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. It feels like the energies were pretty crazy last week. Lots of information seemed to fit with our swords theme. This week, very different. The dominant energy is through the disc, so an earthier energy for the week. And then we have some majors, more majors this time to go with. So our Monday starts with a major, the Hierophant. And that's the 5th card in the majors, or number 5, really the 6th, but it's number 5. And this one has a lot of spiritual and legal connotations with it, energies around it. It can be the teacher within, the wise person within, the one that can help you figure out those kinds of matters, spiritual matters, legal matters, intellectual matters. It's, a version of the divine masculine, I think. I think what's also interesting, with these male figures, and it typically is, in the masculine category, they're the ones who wear the skirts, though, at the same time, the robes, so that there is an acknowledgement of the divine feminine within that energy. So it could be a good day tomorrow to take care of some things that have been weighing on you, perhaps trying to maybe seek either within or without, finding some kind of expert to help you with something in one of those areas. We come to Tuesday with the first of the 3 discs for the week, and this one is the 6. So 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Discs, 6 of Earth, essentially. And if you've been watching, you know that I like the 6s a lot because I always feel like they're pretty happy numbers. Sometimes this card can be associated with a certain greediness, having a lot, perhaps. When one shares that a lot, it can be with some kinds of conditions, things like that. And, people always know that, at least some voice inside them tells them that. We don't like things that come with conditions, when they've been, told to us as coming freely. That's the more shadow side of it. On the positive, the light side for me, it's good. It's an earthiness that has a lot of abundance to it, perhaps that you can share in a loving way. It is, 6 is going to be connected to the Lovers card in the majors. So I can see it, in that very positive way generally. And here it frequently does have a depiction of scales with it, and one figure having the scales, having access to the abundance, and then the sort of handing it to the others. So it can be a very positive sharing kind of experience. On Wednesday, we have another disc, and this is 3. This is, I believe, called Works in the Thoth deck. It is often seen as a card about work, collaboration, getting something practical done, and because it is a 3, it's creative, connected to the Empress, who maybe gives us a visit this week too. So working with others, working on a team, perhaps working with, 2 other people, or even with your, me, myself, and I energy can get together, 3 aspects of you, and create something that is real, it's tangible, it's solid. On Thursday, beautiful card, we get the Sun. I think this is a wonderful depiction of that. I love that burst of orange over the sunflowers, and then our crow riding along the back of the white horse very triumphantly here. So beautiful energy. on Thursday. Maybe the rebirth of something, the renewal of something. I mean, it's a 19, but in numerology, you add 9 to anything and you get the same number, a 1 in this case. So there's that energy of a new start. In the tarot as well, it is considered a masculine card, so it's also part of the divine masculine energy. So it could be a good day to get something very solidly like envisioned, planned, seen, like an insight on something that you have been working with. I mean, it's just good, happy, forward, moving energy. Friday is the one day of the week that's problematic this time, and not necessarily so. So I'll give you the shadow side of this card. It is seen as conflict sometimes, energies that are clashing. I mean, and you get that feeling. I'll bring it a little bit closer for you, of different viewpoints, and sometimes it's associated with anxiety, like should I do this, should I do that, 5 different things are pulling on me. What direction do I go? What is the calm energy here? And this is our second 5 for the week. We have the Hierophant, and now this, and this is an aspect. What some people who study tarot, write about it, see as one of the challenges, are a bardo state, a beast state, a state where the mind goes into negativity, or the emotional body, and the central nervous system. I mean, it is a fire card, so there's a way that our nerves can get jangled from this. So how do we take that and make it something more positive? It's energy. It's energy that wants to be expressed. So, maybe you go out and run around for a little bit, or you do something physical that you've been meaning to do for a long time, and this gives you that energy. Or you write a letter to someone and you put that energy out there, but then you don't have to send it necessarily. Just express it in some way that is not destructive to yourself or others. And, it's minor. It's going to pass pretty quickly. Saturday is a lot easier with the energies, and this is our third discard for the week. So strong earth energies this time. And I think this is such a pretty card. I love the colors and the shapes. It's known as wealth in the Aleister Crowley deck, and tends to have those connotations of abundance, a lot of good things that are material, can be a happy home in the sense of a very successful one. Things are in order, things are in good repair, things are solid and built to last. And then we come to Sunday, and we have our second 3, that Empress that I hinted at earlier. She is all about the abundance and the creativity, the generosity, of course, the divine feminine. If there's a shadow side, it can be too greedy with the feminine energy, a little maybe too encompassing. And when I say, too greedy in the sense of almost loving too much, or holding on too tight, perhaps expecting too much, that you can take the energy for next Sunday, this beautiful Empress, and make it into a day of pleasure, of leisure, of taking good care of yourself, maybe, doing something lovely for another person. Using that energy in acts of generosity, again, for yourself or for others. And, just enjoy it. It's just a wonderful, beautiful energy. That is the end of our 7 cards this week. So recapping, we have the 3 majors, the Hierophant that we start off with on Monday. We get to Thursday, we get the Sun, that beautiful energy, lighting everything up, and then we end with another beautiful energy of bounty, abundance, generosity, femininity, those kinds of energies on our Sunday for next week. And then it's a pretty grounding week, so maybe you try to use the energies in that way, get back into the body. Um, here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're, in fall and coming into preparations for our winter. And maybe there are physical things that you need to do. Take your hose in, or make sure all the storm windows are down, things like that. So it can be good energy that way. Or if you're an artist, putting it into your creativity, or just anything that's good and practical that you need to do. So the only challenge is that Friday energy, and maybe just a little frazzled at the end of the week, or a little bit conflicted, or having a bit of a conflict with others. Just think it through, feel it through, calm down before you might end up expressing that. Reach back into that higher fun energy at the beginning of the week and say, what's the higher perspective? Can I kind of lift myself up to a place where I can see this from a more objective point of view? Sometimes what I'll do to help myself is think about, honestly, if I make it to 99, is this going to matter now? Probably not is the answer most of the time, but to me it's a good test. So maybe you can create your own little test for things like that, and learn to keep that inner calm as best you can. So I also drew a crystal card for us from the Crystal Angels, the Crystal Oracles, Angels, I forgot exactly what it's called here, deck anyway, and I got lapis lazuli. It's funny because I was seeing that color in my mind before I picked it, so it must be a strong energy for the week. And it is described as being a life-changing epiphany or experience. I don't know if everybody uses that word epiphany. Since I taught literature a long time, it's a strong word in literature. And it's just a new insight. And sometimes it can be a painful one too. We can realize how we've been foolish about something, or just naive, or been duped, or just blinded, for whatever reasons that our souls have chosen to experience. So be on the lookout this week for something that is new to you, that changes things. And it might even be super subtle, but inside yourself there's a little message that this is important. Somehow pay attention to it. And the description here is also, it's a time of big and blessed change for you. And God, Source, Spirit, whatever you like to say, is supporting you each step of the way. There has been that narrative on the planet, some people call it the nightmare, that's in the Four Agreements, that we aren't supported, that life is a struggle, perhaps even that the gods, as we imagine them, are against us. And I think it's exactly the opposite, that love is the dominant force. The universe is benign. It wants good things for us. It's ourselves that go seeking the experiences and, allowing things to happen, because it's free will, and that's how our souls learn. So I hope that helps you in some way this week. And I hope it's a wonderful week for you, that you do have days that feel really good to you. Sometime each day that feels really good. And I hope you have a sense of productivity too, and camaraderie, companionship, all those good things. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can reach me at tarotwithtanya@gmail.com, and then my website will be listed at the end of this video, and then also below in the description box. And I would so appreciate it if you would like and consider subscribing and sharing. So take care, beloveds. I will see you again next week.